The day before the parole board, the week before the parole board, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. No matter what you say to these people, no matter what you do, they still gonna do what they wanna do. Because at the end of the day, it's a job to them. They go home every day, they have dinner with their family. They don't care about my life.
I'm Carol Shapiro, a former commissioner from the New York State Parole Board. I literally have spent my life trying to keep people out of jail and prison. So being on the parole board was probably one of the most challenging jobs I've ever had. I felt like the first day on the job I was like, really? This is what I'm doing? I had no idea that we'd be sitting in windowless rooms often for 10 hours a day, no real break for lunch. You know, it's a very archaic paper system. The facility comes the night before and brings all these files, physical files. You prepare literally, we start usually a half hour before the videos start, so we have time to look through our files a little bit. I'm sure if I was there longer, I would do even better job of asking to see the file and things like that. But you're very aware of time. Some of our colleagues felt like, we got to get out of here, you know. It's like assembly line injustice, right? You're doing case after case, you're reviewing files while a colleague is interviewing, you're writing decisions. It's so, what's the word? It's so routinized that I wasn't expecting that.
I feel like I was going through the process, literally just going through a car wash each time. I wanted to be acknowledged in a place that doesn't acknowledge human beings.
You ask me the same questions over and over and over and over and over, and I'm giving you the same answers, but at the same time, you already got your mind made up. It's like, next person, and you feel like, wow, do these people have any heart or compassion or sympathy?
We've created an industry around this. There's not a significant amount of respect afforded to people who are really very nervous. And what is the message if they're doing everything they think they can and they're denied, and the reason for denial isn't clear?
I was surprised that the thing that hurt me the most wasn't even like me. It wasn't even like, you know, wow, they did this to me. I felt like they did this to my family. My daughter at this point is 7 years old. Like, is my dad coming home, right? Like, I can't not tell them that I'm eligible for parole. So like, she has the expectation that like my dad is coming home, because they still feel that the system is just, right? They still feel that the system is going to look at me in my totality and see my actions and make a decision based on that, and not a decision based on something I can't change. So it's especially harmful for them. It's especially painful for them.
The role of the family and community in our criminal legal system is non-existent. When people are sentenced to exorbitant time in cages, and they have wives, they have children, they have communities that becomes disenfranchised further because of their absence.
We don't really talk about the impact on children, loss of income, phone calls are expensive, visiting even worse. You know, we don't think about those things, and that's eroding our communities.
First time I had a fear hearing in this entire process was with my immigration case, where they actually they allowed my family to be in the room, right? So like they were able to see my family, to hear my grandmother talk about the impact of me being away for 7 years, to hear, you know, like my daughter's mom talk about the impact of me not being a father for 7 years, but how I was able to still co-parent with her through letters, through phone calls, through visits. They were able to hear my mom talk about how hard it was for her to go to bed at night, not knowing whether I was safe. You know, and these things were able to really show my humanity in ways that the parole system had never afforded me.